No, I'm not Jabby Koei. No, I'm not Real Rejects. No, I'm not Tyrone Magnus. No, I'm not Gata Martin. I'm Batteran. Get that name right. And yes, I try to upload every day, and I'm consistent.
I'm 21 years old now. This happened to my uncle when I was around 9 years old. My uncle was living in our house and was staying at our vacant guest room up on the second floor. He's my dad's cousin, so he was really close to our family. My uncle was a morning person. He would always get up at around 4 a.m., drink coffee, and run morning errands around the house. He also told us that he could see and feel ghosts because he has a third eye. And to give you a little background on our house, it was the very first house that was built on our street. We could sometimes feel something moving around our house, especially at night, but we never really paid attention to it. One morning, my uncle woke up at his usual time, around 4 a.m. He left his room, which was right beside the staircase, saw my older sister, who was 17 years old at that time, going up the stairs with a cup of coffee in her hand. The weird thing was, he said that my sister was looking down and not showing her face the whole time. He greeted her with, "Good morning, and why are you up so early?" He said my sister just kept walking up while looking down and ignoring him. My uncle felt awkward as my sister just walked past him. He ignored it, thinking my sister was in a really bad mood. He thought she probably stayed up late studying or something. My uncle went down to grab a cup of coffee when he saw my mother in the living room, ironing some clothes. My uncle was confused about why my mother was up at 4 a.m. and ironing clothes. He tried to talk to her and asked the same thing he asked my sister. "Why are you up so early?" He noticed that my mother was wearing the same clothes from the night before she went to bed, so he knew it was her. To his surprise, my mother ignored him. My mother never ignored anyone, which is why he found it strange. My mother was just looking down as she kept ironing. That's when my uncle knew something was off. He knew something was very wrong here. He rushed back upstairs to his room, locked the door, turned off the lights, and tried to go back to sleep. He tried to forget about it and woke up again a few hours later. It was around 10 a.m. in the morning when he talked to my mother and my sister about what happened. They said they were asleep the whole night, and they don't recall waking up at 4 a.m. My uncle was so shocked about what he had just experienced. Someone was copying my mother and sister earlier that morning. I was so scared at that time. I became so paranoid that I might feel or see something odd in our house, but I tried not to think about it too much. The night after that situation, my uncle woke up at around 3 a.m. He felt something at the end of his bed, and he saw a woman with long hair sitting there. My uncle froze for a while. He didn't know what to do. He was trembling when he said, "Go away!" My uncle hid under his blankets. After a few minutes, which felt like hours, he looked at the same spot where he saw the woman, and she was gone. My uncle slept with the lights on that night. After that experience, he thankfully didn't experience anything like it ever again.
Out of all of these animated horror stories that I've seen so far, I think this one was probably one of the creepiest. Because going through that experience where people you know who are ignoring you and just acting in a weird way, that's really messed up. Because you don't know how to respond to that. You just don't, you're too scared to go near them, and you just don't want to talk to them because they might be in a bad mood. But not only one person, but two people in your family are doing the same thing, waking up at 4 a.m. and not ignoring him whilst keeping their head down low. That is real creepy, man. Real creepy. If that happened with my mum and my sister at that time, I would freak out, man. I would freak out. I would probably go near them and just shake them and say, "What's going on? Why are you not talking to me?" I know it's a bit risky, but I don't like obviously that won't. I wouldn't expect ghosts anyways. That's what I would do. But in that situation, he was just letting them be because maybe he felt like that they needed to be by themselves and have their own time to sort out whatever thoughts that was going through their heads. But that creepy lady with their long hair reminded me of The Grudge, and that was freaky. I don't know how he managed to sleep the next night and the night after that, and yeah, I don't know how he managed to even stay in that house after seeing that woman. That's creepy. Yeah, I think this is probably the creepiest one in this channel. One of the creepiest animated stories, I think, in this channel. Because that going through that experience it's really harsh to go through that, man. It's just, yeah, like it will take a while to forget that, and you'll be paranoid, and there's a lot of side effects that you don't realize that can happen after that traumatic experience. It's tough. It's tough. But yeah, it is what it is, because like I've never experienced a ghost or paranormal activity situation, but I have experienced a situation where we had a robbery at our house one night. In the middle of the night, like three guys just came in, and they I don't want to talk about it, but I know what it's like to go through that, so I can't imagine how it would be like to go through a paranormal experience. So yeah, hope you guys like my reaction, and please like the video if you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more content like this, for more reaction videos of your choice. If you suggest something by commenting down below, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace.